Power Hour. Welcome.
Today to all of you who decide to turn out and show up for the 210th Power Hour. We've done 210 of these. That's a huge number. It's over 4 years, almost every Saturday. You're welcome to keep coming. We cover such huge topics. We cover topics such as highly technical things like the mathematics behind eighths on pylons, why it's divided by 11.3, what actually happens, why does the point pivot? We talk about that. We talk about marketing. We talk about problem students using a syllabus, using lesson plans versus pre-flight briefings. We cover it all. So we do that every Saturday. Sometimes it's very pilot-centric. It's not flight instructor-centric. And other times it's directly to a flight instructor. I think this is exactly up the flight instructor alley. So we do that every Saturday. And tell your friends. The email blast went out by FAA, and I see there's 230 people in the room now. We expect it to grow a little bit. I mean, as the time goes on, people forget about it or whatever. A lot of you opted in today, and you will get email reminders. So we send you out one email, which is during the middle of the week to say what the topic is going to be for this week. And then we send you one an hour before the show, and then right as the show opens. That's the sequence. That's all we do. And then we have guest speakers coming this year. We have Gary Reeves, who'll be talking about IFR stuff. Gary, GPS guy in the pink shirt. You got AOPA, Legal Protection Services. They'll speak with us. We got panels with Greg Brown. Probably, I didn't ask Rod Machado, but he'll do it with us, along with Dorothy from the Facebook study group, many other people. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping for a second, and I want to do a new share so we can actually go to what we're going to do, and then we'll get to it because you may have some questions. Probably will. So I wanted to let you know that there's an organization, not an organization, a Facebook group that if you're a CFI in training, you should be joining, even if you're a CFI or done. It's a really good group. It's called the CFI Study Group. There'll be a link in the chat for it. And so it's a group, has about, I think, 7,000 now members. And every Tuesday, there's a live Zoom meeting from 4 till 6 Pacific time, so 7 to 9 Eastern time. It's sometimes open format. You can ask questions, all kinds of things. But anyway, it's a really good group because you can ask whatever you want, and there'll be someone there who can answer your question. So there's me, there's Greg Brown, who's been a CFI with the Savvy flight instructor, and there's Rod Machado's in there, plenty of DPEs, there's FAA inspectors in there, all kinds of people. So that's a really good place to go. It doesn't cost you anything. Just don't bash people, is all we say. Let people ask questions. We're there to help them, not to ridicule. Okay, so in case sometimes I look at it and go like, why'd you ask that question? But then I just say, it's because they want to know the answer to it. Somehow they didn't quite get the education, but that's okay. Or they're in the process. They want questions about a check ride. I was a DPE for about 11 years, so I did lots of initial CFIs, so I can answer a lot of those questions. Okay, but that's off the point. We take a break about halfway through. So about halfway through, we're going to take a break. We're located in our classroom here in Opelika right now. We're conducting this thing called a CFI Mastery class. It's a 2-day weekend class. It's about using technology in the classroom, setting up ForeFlight to teach from. It's setting up smart TVs, Zoom as a presenter, everything you can imagine. It's centered around that. And the second day is teaching technique, using a syllabus, and how to create pre-flight briefings. So as opposed to full-on lesson plans, because no one uses those, to be honest, only for a check ride. So we'll talk about it here in a little bit. All right, let's get started. I'll go about halfway through. I'll go through the room and see who's here. I won't have a lot of time because there's a lot of you in here, but I'll be able to spend a little bit of time with that. And then Lee Perrin, who's one of our Power Hour members, wanted me to talk about the rescinded legal interpretation about flight instructors as passengers. We can talk about that when the time comes. Anyway, let's get into what we're going to do. Let's start from the beginning here. We're going to start with regulations. And this is the changes. So there are new flight instructor regulations. They're going to be effective on December the 1st of 2024.